your eyes on?
Yeah. I put the little red things for the dials on the inside.
Whenever you go live, on the description, put on there the rest of the music does not belong to us. Something.
Yeah.
We keep getting fucking kicked off.
On Facebook.
Well, like whenever the Stars, during the Stars hockey game. No, just in the Stars hockey game, we were watching the hockey game. We could hear what we got that music on. Facebook, we were Facebook Live.
What's up, Mr. Andrew? How you doing, brother? We're going to get going here shortly. Good to have you with us, though, man. I hope you got some comments prepared because we're going to be looking for you. Give us a few, man.
Holy shit.
Sorry, dog. You're
Holy shit.
Yeah. Hey, Andrew's already on.
Yeah, he's got a wife and 2 kids. He ain't got anything else to do. Love you, buddy.
His brother Lane works for a pest control company. Yet we still fight fucking mosquitoes and June bugs and snakes and red-headed women and all sorts of shit in the garage.
Who farted?
Your mom?
Might have been me, I don't know. It could have snuck out, I think.
Andrew, the ride yesterday was great, man. Except for the rain. We had a better ride on Saturday. On Friday, my bad. But, yeah, yesterday was pretty much washed out for everybody. So, hey, ride or die, right? Doesn't matter, rain or shine, you're going to ride. You'll see comments, right? When you get there. I am drunk.
Huh?
I am drunk.
Why do I have to be the voice of reason?
This is the earliest in any show I have ever been drunk. Well, except for the first.
Well, then
Five.
I'll make your wife happy.
Yeah, we've been drinking a long time. Oh no, I'm seasoned. I'm seasoned and primed, brother. I'm not gonna make any excuses if my shirt comes off though. Yes,
You will
on
make
camera.
you will make apologies.
Oh, by the way, did you read apologies and corrections?
No, I have not.
You probably should because they're all you. Hey, didn't I have a spouse that was there? Did you bring Bud Light again? What?
Then you really can't stay.
We got whiskey, brother. We got whiskey for you. Max can do whatever Max wants, except for the women. Well, he can probably do that too. I don't care. Whatever makes Max happy. Yeah, how'd that work out for everybody? I know, walk off. I know, in the 10th. Yeah, good shot. Good job for you. I was testing you to see if you stayed through the whole thing. What? You left at a baseball game before it was over? Well, nobody knows how to say her last name, so that's cool. You can say whatever you want. Yeah, Max Adams is cool. Ashley Schligergart. Nobody knows how to say her last name. Why? But what's her birth name? So it's Schlitterbahn. Why does she still have it then? So? Ashley Schlitterbahn. I don't even know what that is.
Lauren, we need to bring that too. Yeah.
The other day.
No, I got something. It was upstream. Look it up. Say hi.
Hi, Stacy Dorset. Hi, Lance Dorset. I feel really weird saying hello to Lance when he was sitting right next to me a minute ago. Go. Hey, Max will drive you. Max, drive her to get a monster. When I say drive her to get a monster, I mean drive her to get a monster. Ugh. Dude, you'll be back before we even start. Then why'd you say it? Now you know what I feel like.
Put them up in your mouth already.
Okay, I tried to get Blade to rub aloe vera on my chest, but I'm out of his room.
Just now? I don't think she's kidding.
No, Lance brought it to me. I said, Lane, I need your help.
Where is he?
Apparently we're going.
Yeah, you're going.
Where's my purse?
I don't know. You brought it.
Ooh, that shit's hot.
Oh, it's in the car. I can take myself. I have to go with me.
I love you, Max. Don't do anything I would do. Oh, wait. How does that go?
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
All right. I know what condition her panties are in right now. If they come back wet, I'm gonna high five. I'm gonna high five Max. That's all.
Want to hear it?
Put that on the sidewalk,
What?
that trap, so we can get some meat.
Belch.
You can always
Dude,
try.
I crushed the king because I forgot the we stack.
It's funny how you're right on. Well, you're on because it's.
Well, yeah. If I go to the other one, it's gonna be off.
Yeah, we're broadcasting from there, but I mean, this
So
is like
here's
almost 30 seconds behind.
Where'd they go?
So this is what everybody else sees.
Yeah.
I know. I'm on what everybody else is seeing.
I mean, that's why I have both. Burp. I can go piss before we go on. We got
Yep.
6 minutes.
This
is a good song.
Well, I was born a hero and the family killed themselves. Who's they?
Alabama.
What?
It's Alabama.
Alabama.
Valderrama was born in Mississippi.
We will make it an official rule that when Tim makes up a new word, since it's a rarity, it's a double shot.
Is it rare?
Well, I
Where's our
mean,
bottles? Do we need our bottles then?
they're in the fridge.
There.
I'll pull them here in a second. We'll pull one of them.
Scotty wanted whiskey.
We got it's right there.
Scott, did you get whiskey?
No.
We have whiskey. I brought whiskey for you. Good whiskey. They're a sponsor. Balcones. From Waco to the world, brother. I brought you 2 different varieties. Oh, jeez, we're going to die.
Still got the fucking plastic. I have never grabbed plastic before at all.
Haven't you? What's up, Mr. Christopher Butler? We see you. We are here. Everything is good in the world. I'm about to go pee, and then we're going to get this ball rolling downhill. Dude, it's going to go all downhill, I promise you, from here. We're divvying out whiskey right now, so hey, Lance, you know we're on episode 11?
Yeah, and
Can you believe that?
Kurt wants to do one on Wednesday.
PGA postgame?
We'll talk a little bit about the PGA, but Colonial.
Well, I got a whole shit thing going on about the PGA. I don't know if you read the run sheet or not,
Colonial Creek.
which is next week.
Yes. Go ahead. Sure, he'll give us or
Did you look at the run sheet?
yeah.
My partner, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, what are we going to talk about? Well, I gave you a piece of paper that says what we're going to talk about. All right, I'll look at that later. That's why I love that man. Stacy? Stacy.
Yes.
I love that man.
Thought somebody does.
I will fight you right now for him. I will fight you for his love.
I like it right now.
All right. Well, when you're tired of it,
When I kick him out,
let me know.
your house. I'll have you come pick him up.
Well, that's not what I meant. But
I can't get that tired of his
no, I don't want him either. I was just, I'll fight your,
love.
yeah, I just want the love. I want the recognition, the notoriety. Alabama. Alabama and friends. Jamie Johnson.
Jamie Johnson.
Live at the Ryman. Christopher Butler wants to know if you're ready for colonial. Are you ready for your colonial?
I don't need a colonoscopy, Christopher.
Hi, Katie Stewart. Come here and show me your boobs.
Stop.
Show me your boobs here. That's really all that matters. I love you, Katie.
Yes. Yeah, Chris.
Lauren's not here right now, so
out
show me your
there
boobs.
On Sunday, buddy.
I think she tuned out.
Andrew, he better be awake. It's 9 o'clock, dude.
I'm going to go piss and we're going to go live.
Okay.
Snowing its ass up in Milwaukee. What the hell is on me?
We may get kicked off before you get back. 'Cause I'm turning this up.
All right, ready to do this?
It is time.
You're gonna have to use this mess. All right, Facebook Live, look out. We're coming for you. Hey,
I'm gonna try out a new toy tonight.
So if I wanted another beer,
What? I bet
who would I yell at?
one of our producers.
Staciousness.
Oh, there was a sigh involved there, honey. Would you please hand me one too while you're there, and so that way you won't have to
She's
get
opening it.
up again, please. God, I look so fucking weak right now.
Look at her shorts.
I can't see her
Look at her
shorts.
shorts.
You can't see her ass in those shorts. It's camouflage.
American Idol. Between the two that Lauren and I hoped it would be.
All right. Now we're doing this. Ready, brother?
Rocket Man.
I know. I'm making sure our levels are up. It's our first time on the new board.
Stop before we hit record. Take that.
Oh, turn it around. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna suck.
I know.
Look at him in those khaki shorts.
It's gone. We're good.
What about here?
Nope, I hear it. That's good. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're gonna blow this up. Scott Chapel joining the conversation.
Scott Chapel, you're gonna have to move over here by the microphone. You gotta move over here by the microphone. Shut the hell up. You do not fit at performance anxiety. No, you don't. What's looking for, babe? Not that I can help you because I don't know anything about it. Yeah, she got a shower freaking. I know.
Absolutely, and thank you. Hello, and welcome
Thank you, Too Tall.
to this 11th, the 11th, if you can believe it, episode of the Drunk Sports Podcast.
We haven't been canceled yet.
Canceled by who?
I just thought
Ourselves?
I just thought I'd make it sound big time by saying that.
I am IndyCar Tim. I am with my favorite podcast co-host in the state of Texas.
I'm your only podcast co-host
in the whole universe.
in the universe. Yeah, not just state of Texas. But I'm Big Red, and thank y'all for joining us.
Mr. Big Red himself is with us. And as I mentioned, this is episode 11. We are live from Studio 69, Casa Not So Grande. And right now it's pretty grande. I'm not going to lie. We've got some visitors. We've got some very special guests and some very special people here with us tonight. We will get into that in a second.
You gotta get him.
I have to make a confession, though. Lance, you know,
I am not a priest. You don't have to confess to me.
I have been here since, I don't know, 7:30. No, I've been here since 8 o'clock.
Well, the plan was for you to be here at like 7-ish, but I mean, I held off.
I have been here since
I held the fort down.
8 p.m. Dallas Central Standard, not California time.
You're making shit up again. I'm going to make that a rule. You got to drink.
So I have been out with my buddies. So for those of you who listen regularly, we usually broadcast at 9. I get here at Casa Not So Grande probably around 7:30, 8 o'clock, usually before 8, because we need time to prime. We got to prime. We got to drink. We got to prime. We got stuff to set up. We got the camera. We got the microphones. We got the table. We got to set up. We got to prime. We got a pre-show. That's what we do. Usually Lance is
What up,
asleep
neighbor?
during that conversation.
I'm not
However,
asleep.
Well, you're not present.
During what conversation?
Pre-show.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
And there it is. So,
Damn it, I'm good.
however, as many of you remember or may not remember, my best friend in the whole world is Mr. Scott Chappell. And he is the greatest patriot of all time. Here's how you describe Scott Chappell. All right. For those millennials of you or whoever the F you are,
Easy.
think-
Easy. They may like us, but now they may unlike
Think-
us.
think Iron Man, Captain America,
From what I
The
understand,
Incredible
Iron Man
Hulk.
dies, and we don't want
Super dude, spoilers.
Don't care. It's a podcast.
Superman, Spider-Man.
My wife is sitting here, and she won't listen to this motherfucker for 2 years.
I don't mean this in a gay way, but Wonder Woman, General Mattis,
Wonder
and
Woman.
Donald Trump all rolled into one individual. And think the most patriotic person you can possibly think of, and that is my best friend, Scott Chappell. He just arrived from Afghanistan on Friday, and we have been hanging out ever since.
Gouda.
And especially today, we rode the bikes Friday night. We kind of took yesterday off. Today we were gonna ride the bikes, but
Some people took yesterday off.
somebody has a new Jeep. It's a badass Jeep. It's a 4-door Jeep. So this morning he said, "Hey, what if we Jeep instead of riding?" And as Lance pointed out, was it Lance? Was it you? Somebody pointed out, "Hey, it's like riding a motorcycle with 4 people."
That would be
Who said that?
Scott.
Scott said that. Yeah, Scott said I always like a motorcycle with 4 people because, dude, the top was off, my top was off, and my boobs were flapping in the wind in the back seat.
Man,
And we went bar hopping when we started at noon, I think. After Lauren finally got ready to go.
see,
Nobody
the-
told me.
here's the
what
problem.
time we were
Here's the problem we have. You're
That
telling a
was-
story, and the women that were with you are now retelling the story over the top of you, and they can't hear me talking right now. But Jesus fucking Christ! All right, Tim, how was the rest of the day?
Oh, dude, it was so great. We started in the Jeep in our house in the South PC, and it was just like riding a bike. I had to wear my hat and put on sunscreen and everything, otherwise I'm gonna get burned and shit.
I wish I had a remote camera so I could turn around and show it like her.
Who didn't have sunscreen on his.
Oh God, look at that sunburn, Jesus! So we left
You
the
can fry
house.
bologna
We
on
went.
that
Where did we go from the house? I already forgot. Where we go?
Crawfish.
Oh yeah. So we were heading towards.
Where the fuck were we, Stacy?
We were heading towards the colony down 423 for some rock and brews and some drinks, and then my lovely bride, my lovely dude. Okay, and this
Double
is
shot.
this is where I'm
Noon.
going. This is where I'm going. I've been drinking since noon today to Prime. My lovely bride mentioned, oh, by the way, there's this really cool place in Louisville named The Catch that's got badass seafood and free booze. Free margaritas, free beer, free hurricanes, whatever, you name it, they got it. So obviously that is where we ended up going. So we
What
did
up, JD?
that, and then we went from there to Rock and Brews and had a few drinks. We went to Wild Pitch in Frisco by the mall after that.
There's never any boobs at Wild Pitch. Ever.
But there's so many panties and lace. My daughter can never work there.
I cannot believe you even
Disgusting.
brought that shit up.
So disgusting.
Folks,
Although my
just to
friend
let you
Scott
know,
Chappell,
I will personally slap his ass. Not his ass, but his face. Tiff, I got you, babe.
oh God, she's not gonna listen. At least I hope she's not gonna listen.
I'm just covering.
So I mentioned all of this so I can disclose to the listeners that I normally get here at about 7 o'clock to start priming, and we start drinking and getting ready for the drunk podcast.
Oh, God,
Well,
Robert.
today I started priming at noon, and I was
Not a
primed.
derelict. Yeah.
I was primed at about 3 o'clock. I was ready to go, and it was, dude. I'm a badass. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a
Sounds
badass.
more like a rookie to me. I've been primed since about
I was
noon.
ready to go at noon 3. At noon 03, I was ready to go.
I've been primed since about 3:00 on Friday.
But exactly,
It's
and
Friday, y'all.
that's where I'm going. And I only thought I was a badass because my partner, Mr. Lance Dorset, has no shit, no lie, been priming for this episode since Friday.
I've been looking so forward to having this
Friday.
new board. I've been priming since Friday. Yes.
We do have new equipment thanks to our sponsors at the Golf Center at the Highlands.
John Gerber, man, your local PGA pro. He will fix your swing and probably.
Do you think he'll fix my swing? Because I'm going to make him try. You saw my swing.
I saw a swing. There is a swing there. He can help it.
Well, somebody's got to help it because I haven't really played golf in about
Because
7
I'm like
years.
Rome's from Tin Cup, and I'm gonna have you put change in your left pocket to your right pocket and untie your shoe and tell you it feels like an unfolded lawn chair. So
So because of our new sponsor, we also have new equipment because that's what sponsors do. They
thank you,
pay for shit.
JGZ.
Yes, thank you, Mr. John Gerber. We finally got the board, the equipment that we needed and wanted. We have the ability now to take phone calls, which we will set all that up in the future. Text messages for all of you people that want to text in. We'll set all that up in the future and let you know. But the Golf Center at the Highlands in Carrollton, Texas, on
You
Golden
are
Bear
correct.
Drive. Check out their website, Golf Center
Golf
at
Center
the Highlands.com. It's like on Golden Bear, sorry. Golf Center at the Highlands.com. They do instruction. They have junior programs.
I have an inside word that website will probably change before it's over with. So, but
the
yeah,
name will change.
the website
bad.
will probably change. But yes, so let's shout out to John Gerber and the good folks at the Golf Center at the Highlands.com and
In Carrollton. They're still in Carrollton, right? They haven't moved.
no, the address is still the same.
All right, well, cool. So yeah, those boys will take care of you. They've taken care of us, and they're going to fix my swing. Supposedly, that's what I hear. And that will be probably recorded live on the. Oh, thanks, Jeb. Yeah, my swing can't get fixed. You've never seen my swing, brother. But you're probably right. It's not going to get fixed. My bad.
It's talking to Tim. I was afraid it might have been talking to me.
Now he said, Tim, your swing can't get fixed. So yes, big shout out to the Golf Center at the Highlands. Big shout outs to everybody that's here. Mr. Max, Miss Tammy, Mr. Scott, Miss Stacy, Miss Lauren. Should not have given them a microphone.
Mrs. Stacy.
So
I did not hear her.
So I didn't either. She doesn't know how to talk on the microphone. So the board that we now have, everybody,
We
now have the ability.
only trained Stacy on talking into the mic.
No, did you tell her where to talk?
Don't.
I did, but I don't know if she listened.
She didn't.
Right here.
All right, do it. Let's hear it. Oh, there it is.
No, everything just went dead. I didn't
Wait,
hear
do it
you.
again. No, you're out. I got nothing. All right, we'll work on that later. I don't really care. Love you though.
So now we don't know everything about it.
So, shout outs again as we always start the show. Everybody here, Mr. John Gerber, the Golf Center at the Highlands. We also have a very special shout out for somebody very near and dear to me and Lance's heart that passed away this week. So if we can bring the room down just for a second. One of my all-time favorite television comedians, one of my all-time favorite idols. I grew up watching this guy, and he was like maybe top 2 funniest persons I've ever seen in my life.
That's people.
People? No, persons is a word.
Is it?
I probably didn't use it correctly, but persons is a word. Scott says persons is a word. Mr. Tim Conway died at the age of 85 this week, and it hit hard. We don't talk a lot about our upbringings and growing up and where we came from, but I will tell you right now, when I was a kid, elementary school age, pre-1980, the Carol Burnett show was one of the things I
It
was
was a staple.
allowed to stay up and watch.
It was a staple.
And I watched the Carol Burnett show religiously. And Tim Conway was the star of the Carol Burnett show. And I have followed Tim Conway. He's been on other stuff. And another one of my favorites is Bob Newhart. Tim Conway's been on stuff throughout the years. Of course, his career is not what it was in the 60s and 70s, but you know, I've seen him occasionally on TV and movies, and it made my heart glad. I'm like, dude, this guy's awesome. I love seeing him. So he passed away, and we want to give a big shout out to Mr. Tim Conway. Our condolences go to his family and his friends, because that kind of hit the show hard. I know Lance has feelings about him as well.
Mr. Conway.
I did beer, now I'm doing whiskey.
No, you need that.
Oh God, that stuff's good.
Thanks, Ben.
By the way,
Ben.
we are doing Balcones whiskey. We just did a shot of the Baby Blue, which is a blue corn whiskey. It's really good. Distilled in Waco, and they are not a sponsor. We are just telling you guys that because
From
it's
Waco to the
delicious.
world.
From Waco to the world. So obviously the next shout out is to our good friend back from Afghanistan, back safe.
Holy fucking shit! I hope y'all didn't hear that like I did.
Oh, I heard it on my headphones. So
She's not on.
no, they're not even on.
Holy shit!
Your mic is not even on, and we heard that.
Bam!
Good God Almighty!
Welcome. Miss Lauren just said, "Hello, world."
Jesus.
And look at the song that just came up.
Buck Cherry.
Buck Cherry, crazy bitch. There you go.
Jeez, yeah, that's what she is. So our last shout out to our buddy Scott Chappell. We will have him
Welcome
on
home,
the
Scoot.
show. He's being kind of shy tonight. He didn't really act like he wanted to be on. I would love to have him on, talk about what he does. Not shy. Sorry, I said shy. He's kind of drunk. We've been out all day in the Jeep. So I would love. We're going to have him on, talk about what he does and who he is, and why he's the greatest patriot of all time. Name your kids after him. Hey, if you're pregnant, if your wife is pregnant right now, and y'all are looking for names, just let me throw out the first and second name as Brian Scott. Okay, it's good. It flows off the tongue.
But
Any of the pregos out there, if your bitches are pregnant, if you don't know who the father is and you don't know what to name them, Brian Scott, whatever your last name is, probably a good round. If it's not gonna be that, go for Timothy Joseph and then the last name.
But then the ironic part of it all, Brian Scott. Who wants to have their kids' initials be BS?
Well, Scott Chappell's mom and dad did. I mean,
There's enough BS in this garage without him here.
that's true. I never thought of that. You know,
Welcome
what?
home, Scoot.
That's why he goes by Scott and not Brian. So today we were out drinking. We're at Rock and Brews. He's like, "Hey, go get you a beer on my tab." He was nice enough to buy me a beer on the tab. So I walked up and told the chick at the bar, "I need to get a beer. It's on my friend's tab. It's Scott Chappell." She said, "Okay, cool." She walked away, brought me the beer. She's like, "Is his name Brian?" And I said, "Yes, but don't tell him that." So yes, it's on his credit card. So Brian Scott Chappell. We'll give the number at the end of the show. But yes,
First number is 4.
all of those shout outs. We love everybody listening, and Scott's been away pretty much the entire time we've been broadcasting. So it's probably his first. Well, no, he was there for
he was
the weird one at their house. That doesn't
the
count.
absolute shit show episode
Episode 01. That was episode 1.
1. Yeah.
We hope you didn't listen to episode 1 because
If
it was not epic.
If you're new to the podcast, do us a favor. Start at the oldest and kind of work your way back to get caught up, and then you can probably stop at what?
3.
No, don't listen to
1 or 000.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
000 was pretty good. You just can't hear. You get to hear my.
It was
baritone.
bad, dude. It was bad. So, all right. Yes. So we love Scott. We're glad he's happy. We're glad he's happy. We're glad he's home. He's safe. And
Jesus Christ, you're drunk.
dude, I'm so drunk right now. I'm not normally this drunk when we start the show, but we do. Speaking of drunk, we have the absolute count for absolutely count for next week. Next week?
What?
Absolutely.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Man, the apologies and corrections are mounting.
We have the absolutely count for last week, episode 10. And for those of you first listening or who don't know, Mr. Lance Big Red Dorset, what is the absolutely count? What does that mean?
The absolutely count is it's our first drinking rule or for our drinking game. If I spew out absolutely, which is my crutch word, just to fill airspace, and you hit a drink. So I don't know what button it is over there, but I didn't see it again. So if you hear absolutely, that's a drink.
By the way, the absolutely drop is our best friend, Mr. Big Ed Too Tall Jones from the Dallas Cowboys.
My hero, one of my heroes growing up.
Yes, mine as well. So when you hear the absolutely, when Lance or me drop an absolutely, we'll hit the button. If you're live
Maybe.
with us, take a shot, take a drink, whatever. If you're listening to it recorded, take a shot, take a drink, whatever. Stacy's not listening
I
right now.
screwed up by not having a filled cooler next to us.
Yeah, where's
Sorry.
That's Lane's job.
Yeah, where's Lane? Hey, go get Lane. No, I'm just kidding. Don't. So the next segment of the show.
Oh,
our
wait.
Favorite
Look.
segments.
Hey, Jeb Brown just said, Tim, I'm corrected. Gerb said he could fix anything. He could even make Ray Charles hit it straight.
For those of you who don't know who Ray Charles is,
Dude, if you're listening to this podcast and you don't know who Ray Charles is, please.
don't ever listen again.
Well, I wouldn't say don't listen again. Call your daddy or call your mama
Or grandparents.
or grandparents and have them explain to you the greatness of Ray Charles.
But he never played golf.
It doesn't matter.
He only played the dude. Anybody can play the piano. I can play the piano with my eyes closed,
Dude, you couldn't play chopsticks with your eyes closed.
which is what he did and made a freaking career out of it. I'm just kidding.
Am I going to have to get up and get my own beer?
Apparently.
I'll get it.
Oh, thank you, Miss Tammy Chapel.
Mrs. Tammy Chapel.
Yes. So yeah, Jeb, my swing is screwed up, and Gerb, I hope you're accurate when you say that. So
Go ahead and make it two because I'm sure.
as we said, the absolutely count was 8 for last week. So if you're just now tuning in, if you're listening, you didn't listen last week, do 8 shots in a row right now. Only if you're listening at home. Our buddy Max has done 8 shots in about 14 seconds just now. I saw him. But they're all Bud Light shots.
Ashley, it wasn't my fault.
Blashley, I'm
No.
very sorry. So apologies and corrections as we move into that, as we do every show.
That was like
for
3 to 5
for
minutes.
the
turned
first
into
time in
12.
11 episodes. The first time in 11 episodes, every apology is Big Red. Do you know what you have to apologize for?
I have to apologize for the fact that Don January, I think I said, rest his soul.
Said he was dead.
He's not dead. Sorry, Mr. January. And he was actually a native of Texas. Yes, I knew that.
Oh, it's interesting that you use the word native.
Oh, what? Because that's another. I don't even remember using the word native.
You will when I bring it up in a second.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, no, he was apologizing because he buried Mr. Don January. Actually, that was very refreshing. I'm glad you did that to me on the air. He buried Mr. Don January, who was 89 years old.
Sorry.
By the way, and I didn't know this till we looked it up, he is a graduate of Sunset High School, which isn't necessarily in the DFW Metroplex, but it's up toward past Decatur, up towards Bowie. I'm very familiar with the town of Sunset. I had no idea there were famous people from there. He also went to UNT in Denton. But he is still alive. He might be kicking at
Do
the
you
age
believe
of 89.
in the mean green?
All right, Giorgio. Lance also needed to apologize. And again,
Is
the
there
word
more?
native. We were talking about Kristaps Porzingis. I was talking about that. I said he got in a fight in his native Latvia. And do you remember what you said when I said his native Latvia?
Pardon me, no.
So Lance proceeded to paint the picture of an African native with swords and shields and face paint.
I just figured that's why he was
He
fighting.
said, and he told me, he interrupted me. He's like, he's not a native. He's not a native. I'm like, well, he is because he's from there. So Lance's opinion of the word native apparently is the African native who,
I'm sorry.
again, carries swords and shields. I said a cod piece, but he said, no, that's just you. Lance.
It's surprising the amount of shit that you can remember as drunk as you are.
Hey, I've listened to it 17 times.
I'm sorry.
Not as many as you, though. And Lance also has one other thing to apologize for. We were talking about Mr. Matt Zuccarello, the trade situation with the Stars. This is the year 20.
Not Matt. Matt.
I said Matt's.
I didn't hear this.
Belch. I said Matt's. So I said the second condition of his trade, or the second part of his trade, was if they re-sign him, they have to give up a first-round draft pick in 2020. When Lance proceeded to say, well, that's nothing. It's in 2 years.
Are we recording?
Do you remember that? Oh, we're not recording.
Jesus, Moses. Holy crap. Guess what, Facebook? You get to start all over again.
Yeah, we're not recording.
This
How'd you
is-
catch that?
Well, it's green.
We're not recording.
So whenever you've got a board operator that is drunk as he is, and if you can see this, it's green.
didn't.
I said, pace yourself. You're going to be a hot
It's green.
mess.
And I don't know how to work our new equipment,
I don't either.
but
All right, Facebook, we're starting over. How many minutes in are we? Well, I was looking at that. I'm like, why isn't the time going down? Why isn't the time going down? But it sounded good, right?
so guess what, folks? Hey, we're gonna start over, and we're gonna rapid fire through this shit. So
Can we though?
Yeah, we can. Watch this. Watch this.
Wait, you got to hit record first.
I will. Watch this. Record. Here's our intro.
Jesus Christ. This is all Lauren's fault, by the way.
It's this one.
I told him if you do
It's
this,
his fault.
pace yourself. You're going to
It's his fault. It's all his fault.
be 9-9. You know that.
Really glad you caught that.
I'm just sitting over here relaxed.
Train. He's trained.
Scott's afraid. He's not pointed east and he's not on his carpet, but
I'm just
And here we go again. Hello, hello, and welcome to episode 11, part 2
all those people watching.
of the Drug Sports Podcast. I am IndyCar Tim, along with my much smarter than me co-host,
Big Red.
Mr. Big Red, and we have been sitting here.
Christ almighty.
Doing a
we are-
show
this
for
is the most fucked up episode of all time.
We've been sitting here doing a show for 25 minutes. And Lance just looked at me and he goes, wait, are we recording? And I looked at the board. I said, nope. So we're starting over.
That means we got to do shots again for Tim Conway.
Yeah. Oh,
So
we're gonna do it all over again.
let me help you. Shout outs.
You can't rapid
Everyone-
fire this.
We're going to, I will this. Shout outs. Everyone present. Hey, Max, thanks for being here. Miss Tammy and my lovely wife, Stacy, and Miss Lauren that y'all missed the epic burp of on the podcast. I'm sorry that you missed that. Scoot, God bless you, son. Thank you for being here. You just came back from Afghanistan again. Great patriot. We love you. Thank you for being here. Big thing here. Tim Conway passed away this past week.
Dude, you are rapid firing.
Shut up. Let me get done with this. Tim Conway, big part of our childhood growing up, watching him on the Carol Burnett show. We both got to stay up late and watch that. Dwarf on Golf, man, it's awesome. Let me have another shot here. Thank you, Tim Conway, not Tim Ham, because you fucked this episode up. But
I didn't fuck it up. It's a do-over.
thank you, Mr. Conway.
This is a do-over. Oh, my God. So
Drink this.
I'm going to drink some of this Balcones whiskey from Waco to the World.
Thank you, Ben Rogers, for the hookup. Then what's this? Forrest and his new girlfriend.
Are you blowing through all this already?
Yeah, I'm trying to get through it. Forrest and his new girlfriend.
What?
Forrest and his new girlfriend. Look at your run sheet.
I know what it is. Can we give shout-outs first?
We're working. We're
We don't have to play catch-up. I don't like ketchup. I prefer mustard.
oh god damn. You put mustard on one of my barbecue sandwiches. I'm gonna punch
Hey, if you guys
in
would
the
like to
throat.
talk to us right now or aside from right now during the week, I am at IndyCar Tim on Twitter. He is at Drunk Big Red, which he is Drunk Big Red. The show Twitter is
but not near as drunk
at
as
Drunk-
IndyCar Tim right now.
at Drunk Sports DFW. You can email us at the Drunk Sports Podcast at gmail.com. And we're playing catch up right now because we've been on the air literally for 30 minutes and we weren't recording. And that is all on Miss Lauren, our producer. And that is her fault. Lance gave the big shout out to our buddy Tim Conway, who passed away. We both miss him. Carol Burnett, blah, blah, blah.
Yada.
Yada, yada, yada. No, that's Seinfeld. That's
I don't even like Seinfeld.
we miss our friend Scott, who's here now. We miss you, Scott. Thankfully, Facebook saw all of this.
Glad you're here. Yeah. Let's move on.
Apologies and corrections.
Let's go.
Lance buried Don January, and he's not really dead.
Yeah, sorry. He
He's
actually
alive. He's
graduated
89,
from Sunset High School, went to
UNT, blah,
UNT.
blah, blah. Lance
Yada.
was racist when he called somebody native, and we don't remember.
It was
Doesn't
Christoph
matter.
Porzingis.
Who?
He doesn't fight
Who?
with Christoph's KP doesn't
Who?
fight with a sword.
What's his last name?
Porzingis.
No, I know his last name. He doesn't know his last name.
Porzingis.
You said Porchingus.
Well, I'm sorry. That's the.
This is what we do on the
Balcones
Drunk
Big-
Sports
I'm
Podcast.
sorry,
Thank
y'all.
God for not having a radio
Fuck off.
affiliation. So yeah, boom, there you go. And Lance also thought 2020 was 1 year from he was 2 years from today, which it's not, of course. That's stupid and ridiculous. I don't even know why I brought that up. The one correction I had was that we did the for those of you who listened to the PGA Championship preview show from Tuesday night, I vehemently and very confidently announced is the 116th PGA Championship. When of course it's not. It is the 101st PGA Championship.
This is going to be a long
from
show.
Beth. It's already a long show.
Is it Lauren's fault or is it?
So those are my corrections.
Scoot's fault.
I don't know. You're holding me up right now.
All right, go ahead.
What are you doing?
I'm drinking beer. Shut up.
I feel like we just blew through 24 minutes of
Dude,
show in
we just-
5
we-
minutes and 57
Dude,
seconds.
we just did what we normally do in 20 minutes. I just made it happen in about 5.
Isn't that a good thing?
Do you feel good about yourself for that?
I kind of do.
I feel like
I
you
kinda
cheated
do.
people out of like 20 minutes of comedy.
We didn't have to listen to 5 minutes of crying about shit either.
But we missed 20 minutes of comedy.
Fight.
Well,
Fight.
Fight.
Yeah. Belch.
all right.
All right, so we're going to get right into short shots?
Short shorts.
Is that what we're doing? I hope you're reading Facebook because I'm not watching.
I'm on it. Short shorts.
Anybody?
Get in it.
We don't have any Facebook comments. Anybody? Doesn't
Oh wait,
care?
I did see one. Jeb shouted out. My buddy Jeb was in Longview, and he's got a buddy. Some of y'all may know him, Matthew McConaughey.
Who's that?
The Oscar award-winning Matthew McConaughey.
What's he ever done?
He has made every woman's panties.
Oh,
in this
he slept
place.
with Kate. He slept with Kate Hudson.
No, don't. Jesus Christ. Sorry.
No, he was in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, right?
Yes.
What was the other one? Failure to Launch. What was the other one?
Gold.
Full,
You want me
no,
to say it 5 more times?
Fool's Gold.
Yes.
That had Kate Hudson.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, hey Matthew,
And it's sharp.
kudos, brother.
And
Oh, she was good.
Kevin Fox.
What else? What else did he ever do?
The lawyer.
I don't know. No, Lincoln Lawyer.
There you go. I had to help you get there.
Why did I have to help you get there to the
I
Lincoln
helped
Lawyer?
you get there.
Where he played an attorney that worked out of the back of a Lincoln. I've
was
never even
it was
seen it.
greatness. It was a great movie. And if
I've
you
never
haven't seen
seen
it,
it.
you're stupid for not seeing it.
What about Dallas Buyers Club?
Dallas Buyers Club, man. You
Still never
imagine
seen
the,
it.
the amount of weight, dude. You need to see that. The amount of weight the dude lost was sick.
Well, we saw a movie he was in while he was filming that, and he was skin and bones, all like AIDS looking. We didn't know why. Then we realized what?
Oh, Dallas Buyers Club.
No, yeah. Wolf of Wall. So we saw the Wolf of Wall Street, which he filmed at the same. He had a very minor role, but he filmed at the same time he was filming Dallas Buyers Club.
He had-
And we
he had
saw.
a
I'm
great
like,
line.
why is Matthew McConaughey 108 pounds right now? And it was because he was filming the two shows at the same time.
Matthew McConaughey was in Longview this weekend. They had a big storm blew through there, and it messed up a lot of the town that he grew up in. And
Longview?
yes, grew up in
First time
Longview.
hearing about it.
Grew up in Longview.
Was this a weather event?
Yes, yeah, the tornado that blew through there and messed up lots of neighborhoods.
I gotta watch more Weather Channel.
No, just watch a little bit of fucking news every once in a while. Genius.
Dinner's ready.
But yeah, Matthew was in town. They had he did the commencement speech for the graduation, and
Well, that's really cool at the high school.
yeah, and it was a good time. And I posted on Facebook that I have recently become a huge fan of the Longview Lobos. They are a badass football team, badass high school.
Are they the official high school football team of the Drunk Sports Podcast?
They will probably yes. We will make them the official high school football team of the Drunk Sports Podcast. No, not just because Matthew McConaughey went there. We will make them the official high school football team. Of
What about my high school?
my high school? Well, we're not going to talk about any of that. I'm trying to get through this
Oh,
and
sorry.
to get us going.
My bad. Gotcha. All right, where else are we going?
Thank you, Mr. McConaughey, for coming into Longview and taking care of those folks. And Jeb was there to. There was a lot of memories. They went down memory lane. They've known each other since they were kids, and it was really cool. I made a statement. I made a reply to a comment on Facebook about how Lobo Lance, which some of the folks there dubbed me, that I need to be in town and should have, but had Spirit of a Hero to take care of. And
Yeah, we were going to get into that as well for over the weekend. There was rain, but
lots of rain in town.
just because rain happens does not mean that charity stops.
Nope. Absolutely not.
So as we mentioned on the last episode, there was a function scheduled for American Eagle Harley Davidson. It's the Spirit of a Hero, spiritofahero.org. That was to benefit Mr. Dan. What was the last name? Remember? Look at your shirt.
Dan Licardo.
Mr. Dan Licardo. There was
Sorry,
food.
Dan.
There were like kid stuff. Everything was scheduled. It was a good time. We've been to this before. And of course, the rain kept a lot of people away, unfortunately.
Yeah, normally we feed, 500, 700, 800 bikes with folks, and it's always an awesome turnout, and we raise a lot of money to help these vets. Spirit of a Hero is about a organization that they pick one vet a year, and they go in and they totally, every dime that we raise, that they raise, they renovate people's houses, cars, make these guys the true heroes of this world. They make their lives better. And we got in some trouble this year.
Mr.
weather-
Dan Liccardo was a Navy SEAL.
Yes, he was. But it rained us out, and it was bad. So I'm gonna throw this out there real quick. We got a ton of food left over. I've got probably about 25, 30 pounds of brisket, some pulled pork, some sausage. If anybody would like to have some, then hit me up. Ping me on Facebook. Ping me on
Max would like some.
ping.
It's my
Twitter.
impression that Max always likes the meat.
Dude, all right.
See, he just proved it.
I'm sorry this is happening right now. This is a serious moment. Hit me up. Let's raise some money. I've got everything packaged up in about 2-pound packages. My wife and Miss Lauren set out and helped package the pork and sausage. We can sell this stuff up, sell this stuff out, make some money. Everything I have in my freezers will now be available. Let's sell it and raise some money for Spirit of a Hero. The man deserves the same turnout that everybody that I've cooked for the last 2 or 3 years, and he didn't get it
Because of the weather.
because of the weather, and we need to help this man out, and we're gonna make something else happen. We'll do another cook, and this guy needs some help. So be a true American. Help this really true American. Help him out, and let's raise some money and make his life a little bit better.
Mr. Dan Liccardo is an ex-Navy SEAL. He is a double amputee from the knees down, I believe, after talking to him and meeting him.
We met him yesterday. It was
Yes.
awesome.
And so the point of the event was to raise money to help him to modify his house, his car, do all the things that need to be done to help him live as much of a normal life as he possibly can as a double amputee. And as an ex-Navy SEAL, as an ex-veteran, that I believe he deserves that. He deserves whatever anybody can help give. So he was,
deserves
unfortunately, he
everything
was a
he
little cheated by the weather because these things in the past with good weather have raised a ton of money. But a lot of the events that were going to happen and the food were canceled because of the weather. So if you guys can buy and donate, just buy food. If you don't want to buy food, you can donate at spiritofahero.org. It will go to Dan. But anybody that wants to buy food, I think you're selling them in 2-pound packages?
2-pound packages, yes.
And that will go directly to him, as it would have over the weekend at American Eagle Harley Davidson. So
Let's join together and make this man's life better, because he did stuff while you laid asleep at night and lived your freedom that you don't even want to think about. So
no, and that's why we're here.
I'm-
We are here right now at this table because of the efforts of our veterans and those that fought for us. Lance is a veteran. Lance fought. I did not. I'm a supporter.
I love you, buddy, and I'm sorry that it didn't happen for you. And we're gonna make it right. We're gonna make it right.
So hey, That's one thing everybody can do to help out. Spiritofahero.org. Let us know what's going on. We would also like to talk about. Oh, that was tough. We got to recover from that for a second. A little emotional about that. But we have to transition back into the podcast and back into sports. So Lance, the next segment we would go into is short sports shots, right?
What are the different names of it?
Khaki shorts.
I don't know.
shorts?
Is it short shots or short sports shots?
Short shots.
It's only short shots?
Yeah.
Khaki short shorts.
Lance, what color are your shorts right now?
Khaki.
Are they the khaki shorts?
I do not believe they are.
Lauren, are they the
shorts.
khaki shorts? All right, well then fuck it. So moving along, these are short sports shots. These are things I want to talk about, but I want to do a whole segment about for those of you soaring at home. So the first thing I have is the Ranger season. Again, it continues. The Rangers are 21-23, 8.5 games behind Houston.
21 and 23.
Yes.
They're not 21 and 23. They're not two games. They're not 2 games below 500, are they?
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Just 2?
Last week when we spoke,
Holy
they were
shit.
17-21.
Oh, my bad.
7.5 games behind Houston.
That tells you how much I've been paying attention.
Yeah, you're probably not. No one else is. They had a walk-off win today against the Cardinals. It was a good game today. The team leaders haven't changed. Andrus leads with a team batting average of 325, stolen bases at 8. Delano DeShields still holds that tie, although he's in the minors, so he ain't going to accumulate any stolen bases. And then every other offensive category is led by the great Joey Gallo.
Mr. Joey Gallo.
Mr. Joey Gallo, who leads in runs scored at 32, home runs at 13, and RBI at 32.
Thank you, brother, for coming back.
The Rangers are going nowhere. I'm pretty sure we've talked about it before. They're going nowhere as they shouldn't. Hopefully John Daniels has a plan, but they're going nowhere. Rangers fans, please don't get your hopes up because it ain't happening. NBA playoffs that nobody cares about. Right now in the West, we got Golden State against Portland. And guess
Thor
what?
is probably barking in his kennel right now.
Guess what? Golden State fucking leads Portland 3-0.
And it's not even close right now.
Big surprise. They're not playing. No, Portland's not playing well at all. You know, Damian Lillard, Portland's best player, who a lot of people are saying should come to the Mavs. The first 2 rounds against Oklahoma City and Denver, he had space. They did not play him defensively tight. He had space. He could do the jib jab with the dribble. He could step back, and he had room to do to shoot the three. Dude, he is not getting that space right now against Golden State. They're defensively tight on him. Anytime he's got the ball, he has nowhere to pass it. He looks like an idiot out there. He looks like a rookie. They're making him look like a rookie right now. Anytime he's got the ball on the perimeter, instead of moving up and shooting forward, he has to step back for a 3, and they're in his face, and he is failing miserably as a star in the NBA in the playoffs. So Golden State clearly is going to win that series, as we all predicted. It's not a surprise. And out in the East, you have Milwaukee and Toronto. Milwaukee at the time, I know they were playing late tonight. I don't know who won tonight, but at the time that I took this, Milwaukee led Toronto 2-0. Toronto has looked silly in that series, and it has not been close. So clearly, the speculation for the NBA Finals is going to be Golden State and Milwaukee. The NBA is going to hate that for Milwaukee in the East.
Screw the NBA. It's good basketball.
Yeah, nobody cares what the NBA. The Greek freak is there, and he won't be there after. Even Max is agreeing with me. He's not going to be there very much longer. So we also have the NHL playoffs going on. St. Louis leads San Jose 3-2. Boston swept Carolina 4-0. Of course, Carolina swept the Islanders in round 2. So they're Boston's just sitting there waiting for St. Louis and San Jose to finish out the Stanley Cup Finals. Even though Boston is or San Jose or Blues are up 3-2, I still see San Jose coming back and winning this. My prediction was a San Jose and Boston Finals, with Boston sweeping the Sharks, because nobody likes the. Who likes the Sharks? Does anybody like the Sharks?
I don't like the Sharks. I'm fixing to drink your beer because I like them so much less than I like anybody
The
else.
Sharks are terrible. The other short shot that I had, Lance, it's gonna involve some of your participation.
Oh, God.
So the Atlanta. I don't even know how to start this.
Yes, Max.
So one of the biggest contentions of Major League Baseball by any fan
Thank you, sir.
is strikes, balls and strikes, right? Balls and strikes. Who calls balls and strikes? As Max clenches his balls in front of us. Balls and strikes. Who calls balls and strikes? The human umpire. It's been like that for 100 and what are we going on now? 50, 170 years now that
I'm
we've
not
had
going to
baseball.
disagree because I can't think. So, yeah.
170 years that we've had baseball, it has been a human umpire behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Even though we have the technology when you watch it on TV, we got the Fox tracks, ESPN has their thing.
Which is cool.
But dude, it's badass. You can see the release point for the pitcher and track the ball all the way through the strike zone or all the way through the plate. So everyone has always asked, well, why can't we just use that for strikes and balls?
Don't
Well,
mind the studio door slamming in the background. It's all cool.
the technology has been there for a while, but no league has ever been brave enough to attempt this on a league scale. Well, that just changed because the Atlantic League is now going to use an electronic strike zone. They're going to let computers call balls and strikes when a pitcher throws the ball. There's still going to be an umpire there. He's going to be behind everybody, but farther back, and he's going to confirm.
How the hell can he see it from further back? Half of them can't see it from where they're at.
Well, I think you just made a point for the electronic strike zone.
Well, and that's fine, but the thing about the game and the thing about having the umpires, and God bless you boys that do that on the side, it's a judgment call, and that's been part of the game. That's how it works. And I got Carl, buddy, I love you. You do it, and I don't understand how you can continue to do it as long as you have. I've known you for ever, and since '89, and he calls balls and strikes, and
For a living?
he doesn't do it for a living. He does it on the
On
side.
the
Calls high school games, and it's part of the game. But if they're going to do it electronically, that's cool. But why even have anybody there to verify it? I mean, if you're going to do it, if you're going to just cut them off, cut the nuts off, let's go with it.
Well, you just made the best point. It's part of the game. Human interpretation, the umpire's interpretation of the strike zone, that's part of the game. Major league players know based on who's behind home plate. Pitchers, batters, they all know, what's to expect for the strike zone tonight. Is an umpire A who's got a big strike zone, likes to call them low.
I guarantee you that professional teams and college teams, when they know these crews that go out there, they know the guy that's going to be behind the plate before the game is. They know how they call it: small strike zone, big strike zone, or they pitcher's umpire, they a hitter's umpire. They know what they need to do. So
Right. So they game plan for that. Pitchers can game plan for whatever freaking umpire is going to be behind home plate, and that's how they game plan their the game for the hitter, that lineup for that pitcher. But now, if it's going to be the same every single time, and it's going to be called by a freaking computer, do you know who's paying attention to this?
Scott is got his hand raised.
Mr. Scott Chapel has his hand up. He would like to go to the bathroom, or he would like to comment.
Who's the highest paid person on the baseball team?
Usually a pitcher.
Ooh, that's a whole other story right there.
That's 175 IQ people
Cheaper
right
Texas
there.
ticket prices.
So now we got T-ball for adults.
Pretty much.
Well, yeah, if you're going to have an electronic strike zone.
You don't make it more like the NFL.
No,
Look,
I don't,
the
I don't
NFL's
disagree
playing
with that.
flag football, so we're not going to talk about that either.
You can't hit the quarterback, you can't hit the receiver.
Absolutely. I just love pushing that button. So, no, if you're going to have a freaking idiot computer that's going to judge your strikes and balls, you know what, in the NFL,
I don't want a computer judging
why is there
my
not a
balls.
computer judging catches and if the catch is out of bounds and if it was a catch or it wasn't a catch? Why do we need people?
Part of the beauty of
It's
the
out of
game,
hand.
part of the beauty of the game of baseball is the fact that a pitcher like Maddox could throw black edges all day, every day.
We call that painting the corners.
Right. So, but then you have the defensive catchers that are paid high dollar for framing that pitch. Those guys are going to go away, and that's bullshit. I mean, straight bullshit, because that's how those guys made their money. Those guys, the true defensive catchers that know how to catch and know how to make that pitch,
Who know how to frame pitches.
that know how to make
That
a
is
pitch.
a lost art.
No, right, and there's not a whole lot of them out there, but those guys are going to go away because now it's all electronic, and my buddy that calls games is going to lose his job eventually if this shit keeps going on. I mean, that's extra money for his pocket.
So those of you who value baseball, who value the tradition, who value the human element, those of you who value the human umpire interpretation, it's all going away.
Somebody
Major
give
League
Scott
Baseball-
Chappell a damn mic and let's turn this shit on.
Get up there. Turn the mic on.
Does he want a mic?
Hang on, let's give us a minute.
So why can't we have outfielders that are in like a cart with a thing and cop ball? You're gonna pitch with the machine, you're gonna hit with the machine, you're gonna go up with the machine. You're basically turning it into a cop ball when everybody's sitting around drinking water.
I agree with that statement. You can do that. Yeah. Why not?
Just shut up.
If we're gonna have robots calling balls and strikes, why not have robots fielding outfield balls, shagging balls?
That's garbage.
So the Atlantic League is going there. They're starting that this year.
Hey, Kim Gallagher just joined. Hey, Kimmy.
I guarantee you that Major League Baseball is watching very closely how that works, if it succeeds, if it doesn't. So be looking out.
If they do it, I
In
will
the next
probably
10
stop watching
years.
baseball altogether.
For Major League Baseball to have electronic balls and strikes, which tampers with the fabric of the game and which would make me crazy.
And if our balls were electronic, our wives would. Next, go ahead. I'm out.
Next.
Nada.
Lance, do you remember a Dallas Cowboys cornerback by the name of Nate Jones?
Vaguely.
Played from 06 to roughly, I don't know, 09, 010. 010? Is that
Oh,
the thing?
010. That's it's another
He was
day.
a cornerback. He went from there to Miami. He was not very successful as a cornerback in the NFL. He was out of the league soon thereafter. However, he is back in the league now. Would you like to pose a guess how he was back in the league? What, Max?
I have
Coaching.
coaching. No,
That's a good guess.
that's a good guess, but no,
That's the
I have-
logical guess.
Max. I have the run sheet, and that is a
So Lance knows
definite
how.
no.
So, Mr. Nate Jones.
Maybe the first time I've looked at the run sheet all night, but now I know that that's a no.
And his buddy Terry Killens, and I don't know who Terry played for, but he played around the same time. They are now back in the league as referees. They are former players who have become referees in the league.
And real quick, who else better to referee the game than somebody that played the damn game? I mean, and I have nothing against women. I have one of the most gorgeous women in my life, here, sitting here.
But can she referee a football game?
I don't want her refereeing football games. Even if she knew everything about it, I wouldn't want her refereeing a game. Why not have guys that play the game, that know how the game is played, where hits are need to be made, and have them calling the game? Dude, again.
So you don't have a problem with this?
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Good.
Because this whole game of the NFL is going to shit, dude. Before it's over with, we're going to be playing in pads, and doing
Flag football.
what Kavanaugh is doing in California right now,
Kinda hope they
playing
lost.
flag fucking
Hope they
football.
lost.
Why?
Because I want him back on the air.
He'll be on the air. He's coming back.
I hope they lost. Hey, Cav. You
Kavanaugh.
guys lost Slow Jeff.
Hey, broken knee, Jeff. I hope you don't screw up your knee anymore, but I hope you win. Fuck Tim.
So, I agree. Hey, ex-players, especially a cornerback. He played corner. Played in
Absolutely.
the secondary. He was asked specifically. I forgot. I was watching whatever.
Just glad I hit the right
ESPN
button.
show I was on. You did like that one. So he was asked specifically. He's like, so the new rules with defensive backs, the new rules like about interference. He was asked specifically about, how do you feel? How will you interpret that on the field as an ex-quarterback? Dude, his answer was freaking spot on. He goes, well, you know what? When I was in the league, I was taught you cover with your feet and your eyes. Your hands have nothing to do with it. If you're covering with your hands, it should be a penalty. And you know what? He's right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So,
Thank you, Too Tall.
I support ex NFL players if they want to be referees. I got no problem with that at all.
I wish they were all ex-players.
Moving on in quick hits or short sports.
Shorts.
Short shorts. Did you see? I know you did because I saw it at the same time as you because I was over here at your house the other night. The NASCAR fight.
It was last night while these great women that we're married to were packing meat for us.
They were packing meat in the garage, and it wasn't our meat.
But no, they were packing meat for Spirit of a Hero. They did a great job. Again, thanks, ladies. We love y'all for doing that. And I can't tell y'all how much I was up for 30 plus hours, and my wife and Miss Lauren stepped in, helped pack the leftover meat, and they did an awesome job. Thank y'all so much, ladies. But back to this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you and I were in the living room while they were doing stuff.
Yeah, well, we were talking about our new toy, and we were talking about the sports that were going on. It was cool, and thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you.
So yeah, Clint Boyer, Ryan Newman got into a NASCAR fight. It's the freaking all-star race, right? It was an all-star race.
$1 million at hand.
Do they count points for the all-star race?
They do not,
There's no points.
but it's about $1 million somewhere.
Well, if you
in there.
win, neither one of them were going to win.
I want to elbow you in the nose if it's about $100.
Hey, you can elbow me in the nose and I'll split it with you. I don't even care. I'll let you. I will allow it.
Somebody offer up $100. Let me elbow him in the nose, and Tim and I will split it for $50 a piece.
So NASCAR fights always make good news, good radio, good video. So yeah, I don't know who was at fault. I saw the video. I don't know who was who, but Ryan Newman and Clint Boyer. I believe it was Ryan Newman attacking Clint Boyer, punching him through the screen. Was it the other way around?
It was the other way around.
Damn it!
Clint Boyer came up, and Newman.
So I count on you for NASCAR shit.
Newman-
You didn't even chime in.
Newman had already dropped his net, and there was a rapid fire punching going on, and I don't know why a man would punch another man with a helmet on, but that happened.
Yeah. By the way, he had his helmet on in the car still.
And I
But I get it. Whatever.
love those guys. So
Tempers were flaring. It was a NASCAR fight. Everybody check it out on YouTube because that's about all it's worth. The last short sport snort shot shot, quick hit, California. I don't know what it's called. And this will only matter to a small percentage of our listeners, and it might only matter to me. But I mentioned we were out earlier. We were at Wild Pitch, and I happened to locate a TV that had the Indy 500 qualifying on it. And my buddy,
There's a lot of rain going on today.
my good friend, I'm best friends with him in the whole world. I will call him and text him right now. I'm lying. I don't know him at all. My wife's shaking.
Fernando Alonso,
Fernando Alonso,
Who-
two-time Formula One world champion.
who last year ran for McLaren.
He ran for McLaren under the Andretti Autosport umbrella, and Rookie of the Year, by the way, last year. Today he failed to qualify. He was bumped by 19 one-thousandths of a second. So I should know more about this than I do, and I will look into it. This was a McLaren-run chassis. That was their big deal, is that this has to be a McLaren chassis, not a Dallara like every other IndyCar team runs, because that's the only other freaking IndyCar chassis that just punch me in the gut right now because it makes me want to vomit when I say that. But Dallara is the only other IndyCar chassis. Thank you. So McLaren wanted to get into that game, and they failed to qualify.
Apparently failed miserably.
19 one-thousandths of a second. So there will be no McLaren. There will be no Fernando Alonso in the Indy 500. I will still watch it, and I will still be interested to see how low Marco Andretti finishes.
And you
his
will
dad's
still eat
ride.
the sandwich that your wife makes for you.
Oh, there's a tradition there. Absolutely. So, yes, I weep.
absolutely count is
I did. I was a little drunk,
brawling.
and you can ask Lauren, Scott, and Tammy that I was with. I walked away to go watch it, and I came back, and I was a little distraught. I was, yeah. No, it affected me, and it's embarrassing, but it did. So, so Lance, what happened at Bethpage this weekend?
There was a PGA championship there at Bethpage Black
Golf tournament.
golf tournament. A big golf tournament.
And our buddy Brooks Koepka, who, by the way, has guns,
Oh, he's badass. He's a badass.
he led from the first tee until the last putt.
Well, after it was the tournament was pretty much over after the front nine for him. Once he got off first tee, got through the front nine, he was up, and he led and won the tournament from stem to stern, front to back, all the way. It was awesome.
It was never in question.
Well, it was
Today?
on the back nine, on the second half of the back nine. It got close. It got within a shot or two between him and his buddy DJ, and it was fun to watch because DJ got going, and
DJ made a little run. He made a little run tonight. Today.
Brooks had, I think, 4 bogeys in a row, and it made it interesting, but he did pull his head off his ass and made it happen.
It's a major.
Yeah, and our local boy was Jordan Spieth again, was going for the career Grand Slam.
And he was there.
He I think he finished in
Played well,
I believe he finished in the top 5.
which is the first time this season that he has finished in the top 20 of any tournament, regardless of major or not.
And still did not play well.
Did not play well. So Brooks, got a few notes on him. His 63 in the first round was a course record. His 128 through 36 holes was a major championship record. By the way, he broke whose record?
Tigers.
Nope, not Tiger.
Nope.
Nick Faldo had a 130.
That would be Sir Nick.
Sir Nick Faldo. He broke Sir Nick Faldo's record of a 130 for the first 2 through a major.
There were Three of them tied at 6
His 7-shot lead entering the final round was a PGA championship record. So Mr. Brooks Koepka did not just dominate. Wait. He didn't just win. No, let me go back. He didn't just dominate.
I'm glad we can scrub this shit.
He dominated.
Oh,
He dominated.
That's a new word.
All right. Mr. Brooks Koepka.
welcome to the Timtionary.
Well, there's no word. Hey, if the English language had a word, I would use it. But it doesn't. Dude, this is like going back to Tiger in 2000. The domination.
Yes, right now, yes, he has won. He has now won four of the last 8 majors.
Yes, 4 of the last 8. By the way, who missed the cut?
Tiger.
Tiger missed the cut going into. What are you asking me? Do either one of us need a beer?
Do we need one?
Um,
No. Do we
So our
want
buddy
one?
Max
Yes.
is interrupting the show. Why you grabbing my shit?
Not, it was your beard, not your shit.
It's the same size as my dick.
No, it's not. You fucking liar.
Yes, we 6 inches, baby. Yes, we both need beers.
6
we love
inches.
you, Max. We love
6
you, Max.
inches. Hey, girls, thank you so much. Now that we're talking about this again, thank you, girls.
So yeah, Brooks Koepka, by the way, with his guns, the gun show, and the unstable Nike cap. I did not like the cap that he had on all weekend.
And there were several of those guys. Day had one on. Finau had one on. The Nike
It felt so good going in just now.
the Nike name vertically. It was
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like
that
the
and
Nike
the and the whole shoes where the laces are covered. Look like they were slip-ons.
They look like Skechers. Was he
Yeah.
wearing Skechers? Like Lauren has the same shoes. They're slip-ons. You can't do that.
She has them on now.
No, she. Oh yeah. Those shoes right there.
That's unstable.
Hey, you playing golf later or what? So Mr. Brooks Koepka, good God Almighty, is dominating the PGA right now. And we would love to hear Mr. John Gerber's opinion of his streak and what is happening on the PGA. By the way, very quietly, like we mentioned, Tiger missed the cut. Nobody talked about it at all.
Well, no, they didn't. But did you happen to see? I was watching it early on, and whenever the leaders were coming into the clubhouse before the round, his Brooks was walking in with his, I don't know if it's his bride or his girlfriend or what. But,
Whoever she is, she's a lucky
no,
chick.
is she lucky or is he? Because I mean, she's pretty good looking.
Oh no,
And
she's lucky.
she was walking in. He was walking in. She was with him. She looked like she was leaning over to give him. Oh, I get to throw one.
Yeah,
She looked like she was leaning over to give him a good luck, baby, and he was like, no,
just kidding.
just
do it.
oh God, here we go.
Score.
Okay, but anyway,
I'm
back
Joe Thornton.
back to the story. She leaned over to give him a kiss as he was going into the clubhouse, and he was like, no, just keep going on the way in.
Yeah,
I mean,
because he's a badass.
the dude he was so focused. It was, even Faldo talked about how he didn't care. He probably doesn't remember the name of the guy he played with in the last round, the third round, the second round, whenever it was. He was worried. He was focused on what he was doing, how it was going. I know that I heard several times whenever they were on the course and DJ was making a move and making birdies and Brooks was making bogeys that Brooks wasn't looking at the scoreboard. He had no idea what was going on. He was worried about what he was doing, and man, that dude, he's a hoss.
So I listened to Jim Nance and Sir Nick Faldo on the broadcast.
Hello,
And
friends.
going into it, when it was on TNT, I heard Mr. Faldo and Mr. Jim Nance. And Jim asked about Brooks. He's like, you know what? What's he going through right now? Hey, Nick Faldo, you've been through this. What's Brooks going through right now? What's going through his head? Can you tell us a little bit about what he's thinking?
Give me a British accent when you talk about what.
Good day, mate.
That's not.
Oh.
No.
Hung Chung Chow.
No. Fail.
Oh, okay.
Fail.
Moving along.
Fail.
So Nick Faldo said of Brooks Koepka, this guy is oblivious. He is oblivious to everything around him. He is oblivious when he bogeys. He is oblivious when he eagles. He's oblivious when he pars, when he double bogeys, or when he bogeys 2 holes in a row, which he did. I think it was 9 and 10. Nick Faldo said he is oblivious to that.
He bogeyed 4 holes in a row on the back, 4 or 5.
Nick Faldo
4
said
holes.
he is oblivious to anything and everything going on around him in a good way. Because if he's shooting par, he keeps going. If he's 8 under, 12 under par, he thinks he's even par. If he's got a 7-stroke lead, he thinks he's got a 0-stroke lead.
Right.
And that's how you should play the game. But for Nick Faldo, Sir Nick Faldo, to come on the airwaves and say that this guy has the most mental fortitude of any golfer on the course. This included Tiger Woods, by the way.
And from what I understand,
That's a big deal.
He is one of the few guys that has a mental coach.
Fuck is a mental coach?
They got psychologists, psychiatrists. They all
Who
have
pays him?
Who pays who?
The mental coach.
The player does.
God, I need a mental coach right now.
Well, I mean,
Hey, does somebody want to be my mental coach?
there's nobody in here that needs to be your mental coach because everybody else in here listening to us is mental as fuck.
Lauren says she's been my mental coach for 14 years.
Well,
I think I need a new one.
hence your situation.
Jesus Christ. So, yes, Brooks Koepka wins the PGA, as we all knew he would.
Congratulations, brother. And
Next.
we will be back at Bethpage Black in 2024 for the Ryder Cup.
Oh,
And
yeah.
let's put our bets in now. Who's going to be the captain of that Ryder Cup team? Who do you think
You
will
want
be
to
the
put
captain?
bets in now?
No, I'm just
For the Ryder Cup.
who will be
In
the
5
Ryder
years.
Cup captain? Who do you think?
Arnold Palmer.
Dead.
Oh,
I share a birthday with him. Don't
Jack Nicholson.
No. Not
Are
even
you-
a golfer.
Are you trying to imply that Brooks Koepka is going to be?
No, I'm not. I think that Phil Mickelson could possibly
really?
be the team captain for 2024. He's the one
I don't
that
know
said
about
he said that Bethpage Black would be a great place because of the fandom, the crowd would be big around them. It'd be a good home field advantage for the
And
U.S. team.
Where's the Ryder Cup? That's at Bethpage Black in 2024
2024
at Bethpage Black.
in 17 years. No, in
Here we go.
5 years. No, in 5
Tim.
years. I like making you laugh, jackass.
I did.
In 5
Because I had to
years.
think about it for a second.
In 5 years, whenever
like, how old am I?
I'm pushing, I'll be 55 then. So Phil will be 54-ish.
What? How old is Phil now? He's like 74.
No, he's 40, just turned 49. He's 48 or 49 years old. I believe that he will be the captain of that team in a great place to make a huge stand, and it's going to be fun.
All right. So if he is, what is your opinion of that?
My opinion.
Would you agree with that decision?
Absolutely.
Phil as the leader of the American team in the Ryder Cup.
Would you? Can you think of anybody else that would be better?
Freddie Couples.
But Freddie Couples will be a captain before then.
Well, they only do it, what, every 4 years?
Every 2 years.
So
Tim.
every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
So it's like the Olympics of golf. Freddie Couples will never be a captain for the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, he will. The coolest man
Well,
in
he's
golf.
only got
Freddie
one
Couples.
chance then before here and there, right?
There's going to be one in 2020. There'll
Which is
be
next
one
year.
in 2022.
Freddie Couples won't do it, no. Because if he did, he'd ask me to
Didn't-
play.
No, he would not. Because even John Gerber can't fix that swing.
We don't know that yet. That has yet to be proven because John Gerber said he could fix that swing.
Me, you, John Gerber, and Jeb Brown on the Ryder Cup team at Bethpage Black.
I would dominate.
That wouldn't be a good 4-team scramble. I don't think.
Well, it would be all John Gerber.
Yep, yeah. And what I
and
mean,
Matthew McConaughey. Oh, wait.
Matthew McConaughey might be driving around drinking beer with us.
Was he going to drive the cart?
The only way that we would play in the Ryder Cup is if
All right.
the only way that we could play in the Ryder Cup is if we could carry beer in the carts and get by one hole at
Do
a
they
time.
not let you do that?
I'm sure they would.
Like,
but
why
that's-
would
that's
anyone
not
play in
part
the
of it.
Ryder Cup if you can't drink beer while you're doing it?
Oh, there was another one.
That seems
Caught
ridiculous
it.
to me.
Next,
So Ryder Cup 2024.
Phil Mickelson will be Captain
Arnold
America.
Palmer is going to dominate. We just agreed. So, Lance, there's been a lot of speculation about the Dallas Cowboys. There is a local football team that plays in the National Football League, and
The
they're
little
called
Dallas Cowboys.
the Dallas Cowboys. They're not worth a lot of money. They play in the Cotton Bowl.
No, they're not worth a lot. They're just the highest in Forbes team, the most valuable sports franchise in the world.
They currently play at the Cotton Bowl, and they're worth about $120,000.
This
net
is
worth.
not 1967. Fuck off, Tim.
And they just fired their offensive coordinator in Scott Linehan.
It didn't just happen. That was
Their
like
head
last
coach
year.
is Tom Landry.
Nope,
their
he's
owner,
dead.
The owner of the Dallas Cowboys is
Jared
Roger Staubach.
Jared Jones.
Who?
Jared.
He owns the team? I thought he – oh, okay. I got to catch up then, man, because I really thought he was like an oil man from Arkansas.
No, you're bad.
Okay. My bad. So apparently they have fired their previous offensive
Sorry,
coordinator in Scott Linehan because they sucked. And apparently, and I'm going off of stuff that I read on Sports Illustrated and
Was
the
like a
Sporting
1973 issue, some shit.
News. And I read it in the newspaper that their offense was terrible.
A newspaper.
So going into this year, they have a new offensive coordinator.
The Fort
And a new
Worth
quarterback
Stargram.
Or Star Telegram. Sorry, that's a commercial that I heard when I was a kid. So, Lance, do you know who their new offensive coordinator is?
Give it to me, Max.
Who?
Kalen
Moore.
Kalen Moore. That's a woman. Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore would be
Did
their
you say-
offense.
Kalen Dorsett.
No,
Is your daughter the new offensive coordinator of the Cowboys?
no, because my daughter's name is Caitlin. But
I
I
thought that's
do
what he said.
but I do have a stepdaughter named Kaylin. So yes, but her name was never Dorset, but she is
So
not
confusing.
she is not the offensive coordinator now.
Are we sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. I'm positive.
So Cowboys fans have long been waiting for a change to the Cowboys offense. It has long been said that they are predictable, that they are a high school offense.
Jeff Brown said we would shoot 10 over in a 4-man scramble.
Who's the four?
Me.
Me and you and Tammy and him
No,
me and you and Matthew McConaughey
me, you,
and him.
Jeb,
and Matthew
and
McConaughey.
Gerb.
I don't know. Gerb would carry us.
But apparently he thinks that
No,
the
Gerb would
best,
carry us.
the best Gerb could do would be 10 over.
Gerb and Jeb would carry us. I'd putt.
We would-
All I would do is putt.
We would be the beer drinking crew.
Isn't that what we're supposed to do in the scramble?
Absolutely.
So coming up this season, everybody wanted changes. All Cowboys fans wanted changes to the freaking offense because they've been predictable. They've been inefficient.
Stupid.
All we do is
Sorry.
run Zeke. Can we throw the ball? Does Dak have an arm? Does he know how to throw? Can he be accurate? Good freaking God Almighty, I'm tired of it all. Dak is our quarterback, all right? He's going to get signed. He's going to make $31 million a year. Get the freak over it.
We
Tired of
both,
the arguments.
we both got to meet him last week, right?
What we did? Oh, yeah, we talked to Dak. We already brought that up, right? Last week. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, dude, Dak's a cool guy. I don't care if he's a cool guy. He's a good quarterback. He can throw the ball. And he can freaking run, right? We've been through this. He can run.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, he can run.
Do we need to fight?
And he's got good
But,
relations with his team.
Did you say he has nice eyelashes?
He's pretty.
He's pretty. All right. So, regardless of all of those things, why will the Cowboys offense be different?
It will be different because Scott Linehan is gone.
He's gone.
As long as, from what I understand, Scott Linehan's offense was based off of Garrett's offense. And as long as Garrett gives Kellen Moore enough leash to hang himself, then maybe shit changes.
But will Garrett allow that?
If Garrett doesn't allow that, then Garrett will be fired at the end of the year.
He's going to lose his job.
Garrett will be fired at the end of the year.
Promise?
I can't pinky
Well,
swear
no
to
one
it
promises that, but it's pretty much understood that's
because
what's going to happen.
I'm not Jerry Jones and I can't swear to that. But if Garrett gives Kellen enough leash to change the offense,
Uh-huh. Who's our new? We
I
didn't mention-
don't want to say this out loud, but if Garrett gives Kellen,
It's a podcast. You have to say it out loud.
I'm trying to. If you'll shut up long enough to let me get it out of my fucking mouth.
If you don't talk, I'm just kidding.
If Garrett gives Kellen Moore enough leash, then I believe shit's going to change. We got to give the kid a chance. We got to give the kid a chance.
Well, and that's the thing. Do you want to give a complete, inexperienced
Can it be any
quarterback who
fucking worse than what we had last year whenever you and I were sitting and calling plays before they happened?
and knew what they were going to do ahead of time?
Dude, we could call three
Tammy
plays.
either
we could
needs to go
call
to the
three
bathroom.
plays.
Or she has a comment.
She got a pee-pee.
Isn't that how Garrett got his job? He was a poor-rated backup quarterback, and now he's head coach.
He was not. He was not a poor. He was not a poor backup
No,
quarterback.
he was
He was a
good
he
backup
was a
quarterback who
great
also
backup
became a quarterback coach in New York and then went to Tampa?
Miami.
Miami. He in New York, went to Miami, and he was
Yes.
on par either way, here or somewhere else. He was on par to be a head coach.
But that's not
Somebody was gonna hire him.
Not a good coach. Those who can't teach.
But what if you can't do either? So here's
You're commentating.
here
I'm
is
Tony Romo.
the projection on the difference between this year's Cowboys offense and next year's Cowboys offense. By the way, John Kitna, for those of you who remember, Mr. John Kitna is now our Cowboys quarterback coach.
I think that's great.
Why?
Why?
Why is that great? You said I think that's great. I'm not disputing it. I would like to know why you think that.
I think John Kitna is a great quarterback coach. Dude, whatever guys get to this level playing quarterback, they know how to play the game. Accuracy or not, they know how to play the damn game. But
And they read defenses
but-
very often.
whenever you have somebody that has been a true journeyman of the game, he's seen all the ins and outs. He knows where he's been, and he can help. Maybe he can help Dak get through the muggledy-muck that he's been through.
So I have a quote here from Kellen Moore.
Oh, yeah.
talking about the offense. I don't know if it's alarming or if I like it because I'm going into it. I'm a fan of Kellen Moore because I've heard enough about him. The people that have said he's a genius, whatever, an offensive aficionado, whatever. I would like you to hear this quote. He says, I think the beauty of our current roster is we have a lot of versatility. We, the Dallas Cowboys, have guys that can kind of line up in a lot of different places. Hopefully, we can be multiple and present things in different ways. At the end of the day, we still have our foundation and our philosophy.
Well, hopefully he didn't sound like that when he said it, like a 2-year-old.
We don't know that. Maybe he did.
But, I mean, the words that you spoke were knowledgeable because, yes.
How are they knowledgeable?
I agree with that. But the way you read them made him sound like he was
Okay, let me read them again.
a
Let me read this
window-licking
I'll read
short
it again.
bus. No.
I will read this as an offensive
Would you like me to read that? Don't,
I have to
no,
go back.
let's move on.
I think the beauty of our current roster is we have a lot of versatility. The Dallas Cowboys have guys that can kind of line up. They can do a lot of different things. Hopefully, next year, we can be multiple and present things in a lot of different ways. At the end of the day, we've got our foundation. We have our philosophy. Hopefully, we can line up against the other guys and win.
Dude, to me, that sounds like a completely different human being.
Did I just win?
Like maybe a genius. If he has,
So you're saying that I read it in a way that discredited
you
him.
read it like I'm not even going to say it. I can't.
2-year-old.
He read the man.
Well, I wasn't there. I
I am
wasn't.
trying to curtail my words to make sure that
Don't curtail. What is the fuck is curtail?
curtail your words means I didn't want to say
No,
the way you read
Why
it
would
the
you
first
do that?
time made him sound like a bicycle helmet, window licking, short bus riding idiot.
Have you ever seen a picture of him?
He's the offensive coordinator of the Cowboys.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So
I agree.
all I'm saying is the man knows what he's got. If Garrett and the organization give him the leeway to make that offense run the way he wants it to run, by God, let's give the fucker a shot.
Well, he's going to get
It
a
can't
shot.
be any fucking worse than what we had last year.
Whether we want to or not, he's going to have a shot.
Tony Romo
Would be a
could
great-
call their offense 2 weeks before the fucking game happened. So let's change the shit up a little bit.
You still want Tony Romo?
Do I want him to be our offensive coordinator? Yes.
No, our quarterback.
I'm not. I wouldn't disagree with that. But the man would get killed 2 games in, would be fucked
No, he
otherwise.
wouldn't get killed with this offensive line.
No,
He never had this offensive line.
but he would be an amazing offensive coordinator.
No, I think it would be an amazing defensive coordinator. Yeah. So for Cowboys fans, and I am, Lance is, we all are.
Passionate.
And clearly we're passionate. We are putting our hopes and dreams for this year, who, by the way, we should make the conference, I'm going to say conference finals, but the NFC championship game. There's no reason the Cowboys should not make the NFC championship game
If
this
we
year.
do not make the NFC championship game,
This season's a failure.
That's because
Red
of-
Jesus is gone.
Yes, too tall. He's gone. There's no question. But when that happens,
Stephen will convince Daddy to let him go.
Steven doesn't have to convince Daddy. Steven's going to do it himself. His daddy doesn't run the team anymore. Oh, that was close. Yeah, so
In her purse.
Steven, oh God, they're throwing it back. That never happens. Steven doesn't have to. Here's another thing. All right,
The
let's
crowd's
talk
getting
more
violent. They're
Cowboys.
throwing shit at us.
Steven does not have to convince his daddy of anything. This is not a JR and Jock Ewing scenario. All right. JR runs the damn Ewing Oil Company. It ain't Jock. Steven runs the Dallas Cowboys. It ain't Jera. All right. Not anymore. Not for probably three to 5 years. Steven runs a draft. Steven runs a team. Steven
doesn't
runs.
run the draft.
Who do you think runs a draft?
Will motherfucking McClay
Exactly,
runs
through
the
Steven.
draft.
Because Steven lets him.
Because he's
Absolutely.
the
I agree.
genius behind. He's the genius behind all the shit that goes on. Will McClay.
Will McClay is the reason they have
genius
draft picks that work.
behind the fucking organization.
I agree 1,000%. I'm going to keep hitting that shit because it's fucking true. Good God Almighty.
We do not need that button.
Jesus Christ. Yes. Steven runs the Cowboys. Will McClay runs the draft through Steven.
Dude,
Steven will pick it.
Will McClay is the greatest thing that has happened to the Cowboys in
60 years.
well, I wasn't going to say 60. I was going to say
I will.
almost 20. Almost
No,
20 years.
way before that. 60 years.
20 years ago, we were fighting for.
Wait, where were we 60 years ago? What's 60 years? Somebody do
20 years ago, we were fighting for Super Bowls.
math. 20 years ago.
And
we
then-
weren't. We were already past. Troy retired 20 years ago.
60 years ago, we were the Dallas Texans.
Next.
What are you talking about? We were never the Dallas Texans. Tammy's drunk. So Lance, I got some fodder for you. I want to take it back a little bit. I want to do some non-sports stuff for a second. All right, this is going to include the peanut gallery.
Hang on.
What?
Wait.
Why is Lauren yelling
We got-
at me?
We got one more thing from Jeb here. He is dogging me, saying that I cannot believe that I'm not blowing up about signing Zach for not Zach. See, here we go.
Well, Jeb
Zach
says
for $30 million a year.
I want y'all to
Dude,
address Tiger.
I listen to
making
you
the
destroy.
cut.
Jeb listened to me destroy him every week, and I did. I did destroy the man every week. You cannot teach. You cannot teach accuracy.
Hey Jeb, when you're here, you can say whatever you want.
Bring Matthew.
You cannot.
Please don't bring Matthew. Nobody wants to see Matthew McConaughey.
Lies.
The truth is.
Nobody.
The truth is about Dak. My truth about Dak is, am I happy that we're going to sign him for $30 million a year? No, I'm not. But is there anybody else out there that could do the job that he's doing
With this
for
team.
less? With this
No.
team for less?
No.
No, there's not. So we are given what we are given. We're going to live with it. It sucks. I wished we had Aaron Rodgers.
Why?
Why?
Oh God! Don't give me air. No. Nope.
You wouldn't want the most Aaron Rodgers.
36-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
Put that man on this.
You would rather
Put that man on this team for 2 years, and we have a minimum of one Super Bowl win.
Oh,
Put that man on this
God,
team
you're
for
so
2 years.
wrong.
We have a minimum
You
of
would
one
rather
Super
have
Bowl win.
36-year-old Aaron Rodgers for 2 years than Dak Prescott for the next 10.
I want a Super Bowl right fucking
And you don't
now.
think Dak can do that
right now?
ever? We're
I'm not
talking
saying
about a
ever.
career
I'm not saying ever.
because Aaron Rodgers' career is over in 2 years.
If you put Aaron Rodgers on this team tomorrow, within 2 years, we have a minimum of one Super Bowl championship, if not two.
I'm glad you
with-
think that.
With that dude behind center.
How many
Yeah,
38-year-old
yes,
quarterbacks
and-
have ever won a Super Bowl?
And yes, he may be a locker room wrecker. He may be a locker room wrecker, but with that dude and that can throw the ball the way he can and run an offense the way he can, we would have a minimum of at least one Super Bowl within the next 2 years.
I will fight you to my death and
That's-
disagree with you.
I've got a knife over there. I got
So
a gun
you
in
would
the house.
rather have 36-year-old Aaron Rodgers for
I'm
2
talking
years?
about. I'm talking about a Super Bowl right now.
2 years.
I'm talking about a Super Bowl.
So am I. You would rather have a 36-year-old Aaron Rodgers for 2 years than a Dak Prescott for 10. And you think you have a better chance of winning a Super Bowl
How many
in 2
Super
years
Bowls?
with
How
Aaron
many
Rodgers
Super Bowls?
than
Is,
Dak Prescott for 10?
how many Super Bowls is Dak Prescott going to give me in the next 10?
That's the question.
I've
You
got.
think zero?
I've got.
You're
no,
saying
no,
zero.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying zero, but I'm saying right now because right now is what pays the bills.
No quarterback will give
Right
the Dallas
now-
Cowboys a Super Bowl right now because they
Right-
fucking suck.
Right now is what pays the bills.
Yeah, nobody. Brett Favre, Troy Aikman, Roger Staubach. I don't give a
They're
shit.
old.
Who you put?
All
on the
them
team right
motherfuckers
now.
are old. They're
Matt
all
Ryan.
old.
Matt Ryan, Tom
No,
Brady.
I don't want him.
Name any quarterback right now that will give the Cowboys a Super
Tom-
Bowl in 2 years.
Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers would give the Cowboys a minimum of one Super Bowl
In
the
2
next
years.
within the next 2 years, if not next year.
Ladies and gentlemen, my partner is drunk
Nope, nope, nope.
and
His
delusional.
partner is a realist.
Dude, okay, that's
the great
this
thing about
this
being
is a conversation for next week. This might take up the whole show next week. What
Blow me up.
what quarterback in the league that's in the NFL right now could join the Dallas Cowboys and give them a Super Bowl in 2 years?
I just
With
named you.
their
I
current
just
roster.
named you the two that could do it.
With their current roster.
I just named you the two that could do it. If you're gonna pay Dak Prescott 30 plus a year,
Yep, I am.
and you can get Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady for that money for 2 years, would you not take 2 Super Bowls right now over having to wait for him?
Yeah,
to-
any team would. But it wouldn't happen.
Thank you, Tutal.
You really think Aaron Rodgers could join the Dallas Cowboys right now and give them a Super Bowl in the next 2 years? So you think the only thing holding the Cowboys back from a Super Bowl right now is their quarterback?
I ain't even gonna fucking talk. I ain't even gotta fucking talk.
Why do I even have a podcast? Why is this even happening?
Look, so it took Jeb to call me out of the closet and to make this
out
happen.
of the closet.
But I'm telling you, look,
Lance is coming out of the closet on the air.
Dak Prescott will one day be a good quarterback. You cannot teach accuracy. The dude is off. But I'm telling you, if we brought in Tom
Hey, you
Brady,
want to know something else?
Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers,
You want to know somebody else that wasn't an accurate quarterback that won a Super Bowl? Joe Montana. Brett
dude,
Favre.
you are smoking
Brett
fucking
Favre.
crack.
Steve Young. None of those guys were accurate. Eli Manning.
We may need to take a break.
Eli Manning. No, we're not going to take a break. We just got to go off the air.
Peter, wrap it up.
Eli Manning. The greatest quarterback of all time. In the
Eli
NFL.
Manning has dumb face. Fuck Eli.
I don't care what he looks like. He's got 2 rings.
One with a 5 and a 2.
All right. Well, you know what? We're going to bypass the last segment because I had a really funny fucking shit going on, but we're not going to do it
We'll push
because
that next week.
we'll do it next week because it was really funny.
Or maybe you can slide it in on Wednesday when we do our Colonial preview show.
Oh, no, I can't slide that shit in. We got to do it for real. So here's what we need from all the Drunk Sports Podtards and from all of the Drunk Dudes and Dolls. We need you guys to email us, text us, tweet. What is it? Twitter me. Whatever. Tweet us. I am at IndyCar Tim. He is at Drunk Big Red. We have the show at Drunk Sports DFW. Who's the best quarterback for the Cowboys going into the next 2 years? And we will address it. What?
Kellen Moore.
Jerry Jones.
Jesus Christ.
Somebody shoot me in the fucking
We're gonna
forehead.
fight. We're about to fight off the air. We love you guys. Hey, join us next week.
I'm sorry the recording will not show the fight that's going to take place on Facebook
Oh,
Live
it's gonna
afterwards. I'm fixing to hit this motherfucker in the goddamn
Oh, it's
throat.
gonna
I
happen.
swear to fucking God.
Because he loves football.
I'd say Wade, but oh, my
You
bad.
you cannot love something and not be passionate about it.
That's-
I agree
And I'm telling you, we would win a Super Bowl
with Aaron Rodgers.
at least one, if not two, in the next 2 years.
With Aaron
with-
Rodgers.
Yes.
With this current Cowboys roster. You're
Absolutely.
fucking smoking shit.
See, even Too Tall agrees. You're an idiot.
Well, that's up for
God.
debate. I will not
No,
dispute
your wife tells me that all the fucking time.
I don't dispute that.
Hey, folks, we got to cut this shit
Hey,
short.
could the Cowboys win a Super Bowl in the next 2 years
my vocabulary
with
is fixing
Aaron
to go-
Rodgers?
My vocabulary is
Somebody
about
tell
to
me
go
right now.
2 words.
Tweet us.
It's gonna be fuck
Twitter
you.
me.
And that,
Twitter me. I want to kindle my boyfriend.
I'm sorry, you have to listen to this fucking idiot.
Hey, Lance. Take us out of here, brother.
I hope that all of you have the life that Tim and I do, and you have the friends that we have surrounding us, and the lovely brides that we have with you, and just love each other, take care of each other, just live life, baby. We love y'all. Thank you.
love Aaron Rodgers.
Just fuck off. Thank you for being with us. I got fucking cut off.
I thought you were done. I thought you were done.
Genius Winston, that's your guy. David Carr, that's your guy.
Timothy Joseph, you need to go eat something.
Is it done?
We're not recording. Look at all those holy pony you're recording.
I never got to take the too tall thing.
Dude, that is the best.
That's as mad as I've been on the fucking air. As mad as I've fucking been. God damn it, you're a fucking idiot.
Because you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong.
We love you anyway.
I am not wrong.
Hey, that's going to be on G-Bag of the Week.
I'll break your garage door.
Is that food? What is that on the phone?
No, I didn't do it.
He's so wrong.
What trees?
I do it.
I was like, what is this?
Oh, Stacey's calling you. Oh, Jeb's calling you.
DFCC. What up, brother?
Hey, Facebook.
February.
What's up? How you doing?
All right. I want to go to bed.
Hey, so I'm here by myself right now. I'm here by myself without
Oh, we gotta
He's
sleep.
done.
whatever that dude's name is.
I'm tired of my eyes. Let's go.
Yeah, so Facebook Live. Why don't you guys tell us?
Bye, sweetheart.
So, who's the best choice for the Cowboys quarterback, and who will win? Who will win if the Cowboys signed a quarterback today? Who would it be? And how many years till they win a Super
You're in
Bowl?
the
All right,
camera.
all right, just do it. I don't care about that. So tell us, hey, right now
Stuff
on
about
Twitter,
my boobs.
on Twitter, on Facebook, on Friendster, MySpace, CompuServe, whatever you have, just let me know. What quarterback right now can give the Dallas Cowboys a Super Bowl this year with their current roster? It's up to y'all. We love you. Toodles.
Just my boobs on the screen.
I know. I saw.
Daddy's tired. We're going.
I know. Hey,
Poodles.
man,
I
thanks,
love you.
thanks for being here. Thanks for coming out.
Come out, bro. I'm gonna. I'm slowly catching up.
Thanks for hanging out, man. It means a lot you guys were here.
Shit. My week 4